Some new protections now to help pet breeders, including suspected puppy mills. This has passed the state legislature with no opportunity for public weigh-in. This is after that snuck into a completely unrelated bill that was almost certain to pass like a stowaway. We have Will Doran joining us now, but this is, Will, kind of politics in one of its most frustrating forms. You have a contentious law pushed through with borderline shady tactics and no public input on issues that impact a lot of people. So let's start with this. How common is it, Will, that something actually makes its way through with no public input at all?
You know, Dan, we see things like this sometimes, but it really isn't common. Usually when bills come up in the legislature, they go through a lot of debate by the public and by lawmakers before they pass. This was not the case this time with this bill. It was a backroom deal. The House had passed a bill making it easier to evict squatters. The Senate essentially told them they weren't going to sign off unless they got these breeder changes in return. House leaders decided that it was worth it. They went along. No public comment was allowed before the vote. Critics, however, say this is going to protect so-called puppy mills with bad conditions for animals.
Let's take a step back here and really look at that kind of claim. You know, protections against suspected puppy mills. Of course, that's going to get people a little bit fired up. But what exactly does that mean?
Yeah, so this isn't going to make it legal to abuse animals. We should be clear about that. People who get caught doing that could still get in trouble, but it would ensure that all kinds of big commercial pet breeders can't have their main source of revenue cut off. This would forbid cities and counties throughout the state from taking steps to ban or regulate pet stores.
And we have seen a lot of pushback to this. We reported this year that activists want downtown Raleigh to get rid of all of its pet stores there.
Yes, and this comes as those activists have also been pushing Raleigh City Council to enact a broader ban on pet stores. And it's not just Raleigh, it's, cities across the country have already enacted this ban, and now we're seeing the industry try to make sure that North Carolina cities can't join that list. The legislature's on board, and now the bill is on Governor Josh Stein's desk for his final decision.
All right, we'll see what he decides. We appreciate your insight, Will, into the way that these backroom deals sometimes can happen in the legislature. People can find out more online at WRAL.com.